The box squat is an extremely technical lift. Our main goal when we're targeting the box squat is to hit the hamstrings, glutes, hips, and posterior chain. So you'll notice here when I'm setting up, my feet are as wide as I possibly can go. I'm going to get my back as tight as possible. And my hips are going to shoot back first and my knees are going to shift outwards. Watch how I control myself to the box as well. So here my back is tight. My hips are going to shoot back and my knees are shifting out all at the same time. My shin angle is completely vertical and that's putting all the weight into my hamstrings. If my knees shift forward, that's putting weight onto the quads. I sit onto the box and relax. That separates the eccentric and concentric part of the lift. So you'll notice here in the next few videos, examples of wrongly set up box squats. So in this example, I am just sitting onto a box and not necessarily doing a box squat. So I'm not separating the eccentric and concentric. This is more of like a pause squat type of thing. And by doing this, it's not as extremely sport specific as it was in the other one. Because of the linemen, when they're starting on the start line, they're not going to be necessarily loaded up. They're going to have an eccentric and concentric phase, even for runners as well. So in this example, my feet aren't completely on the ground. It's actually half off the ground. By having my feet half off the ground, I'm getting half of the amount of force that I possibly can. And I'll slow it down in this one. Usually the cause of this is they're trying to sit back too much and their technique necessarily isn't there yet. So the athlete might want to shift their feet a little bit more in. You know, their knees might not be able to go as far out as they would like to, but they're going to get that transfer of force into it and they're going to be able to control the bar a little bit better. In this next one, you're going to notice that my feet are coming off the ground when I relax, and this is getting too relaxed on the box. By my feet coming off the ground when I sit on the box, it's losing that stored energy that I just brought up during that eccentric phase of the lift. So I literally have to go from 0 to 100 from the bottom of the box. And that'll most likely cause a decrease in technique, and it's going to make the box squat a lot harder, increasing the risk of injury. It's just not the way you want a box squat. So this next example is an example of flopping onto a box. So I'm not able to control it all the way down. So essentially when you're not able to control it, you're going to lose all the tightness when you get onto the box and you're putting pressure on your lower back, increasing your risk for injury. So if the athlete is unable to control it all the way down, he needs to increase the height of the box. So put some mats on or something that'll increase the height of the box. And then lastly, our last one. So we're able to control it, everything. Our knees are pushing out on the descent, but on the ascent, we're not pushing on our knees. So the pressure is going on to our quads. So notice here, I'll slow it down. The descent is good, but when we're ascending, we're trying to go too fast and our knees are pushing forward. So slow down the lift, continue to push out on your knees.